So why Bitcoin will go to $100,000 levels by 2025? Let's start with a simple explanation. Let's say you are a real estate agent and you try to sell me a property worth 100 million euros. And I'm as the buyer telling you, yes, no worries, I can pay you that, I'm agreeing, but I want to pay only and alone with Visa. But now I figured out that Visa is asking a commission to make that transaction possible. And I ask you the question, can I pay through Visa but without paying that commission? Probably the answer of you will be no, you have to pay the commission if I insist to make that payment through Visa. And that is the exact same thing with Bitcoin. In order for me to send you Bitcoins, I have to pay the commission of the Bitcoin miners. And if I don't pay it, there cannot be any Bitcoins transmitted to you from me. So the whole Bitcoin network will be stuck. And what happened? Nakamoto Satoshi, of course, was smart enough to think about that process and thought, how could we make sure that Bitcoin will increase in value every 4 years? So what did he implement? He implemented something called the Bitcoin halving. And what is actually happening during a Bitcoin halving? During a Bitcoin halving, the amounts of Bitcoin entering into the market will be cut in two. Next to that, the difficulty degree will also go twice up. So what do we have now? We have an increase factor of 4 times. And as of today, the cost of mining is hovering between the $15,000 levels and the $19,000 levels in average, and that will change in 6 months from today as we have the next Bitcoin halving in literally less than 6 months from now. The expected time zone is around the 16th of April 2024, and that means the cost will increase from being between the $15,000 and the $19,000 levels towards the $45,000 and the $60,000 levels in average. So miners, in order to keep them mining, so they need to be happy, and miners wants to make at least 50% profits on the mining cost price. So in other words, if we are looking to, let's say, an average price of $50,000 levels to mine one Bitcoin worldwide, then we are looking to a $75,000 levels in order for them to sell it. But of course, that price levels will not happen on the day of the halving. So I have to disappoint you on that factor, as usually on the day of the halving, we only will get to the 50% price targets where Bitcoin was beforehand in the previous bull market in 2021, where we saw Bitcoin was trading around $69,000 levels, and that means that Bitcoin high likely will be on the day of the halving only around the $34,000 levels, because the cost of mining, we have a 6 months period to actually start accepting it. That means from April, 6 months later, we have to accept this Bitcoin mining cost price. Otherwise, I will not be able to send you any Bitcoins anymore. And so by that, what means that eventually the price needs to be 6 months after that halving already around the $75,000 levels. And of course, because the people don't know what is happening, this will cause that a lot of media attention, will cause miscommunication, and of course many YouTubers will be able to spread misinformation, hype, and that is actually the reason why we will see Bitcoin price targets over that $100,000 levels. And also keep in mind, historically, the increase factor, the Bitcoin increase factor, is actually decreasing with 4 times. The first time we had the 64 times increase in value. The second time you had a 16 times increase in value. And let's calculate the third time. In 2017, Bitcoin reached prices nearing the $19,000 levels versus 2021, where Bitcoin was trading around the $69,000 levels. And that means an increase factor of around 3.5 times. Again, a 4 times decrease factor. So we are looking right now to a max increase factor of 1 time, What means $69,000 was the previous high times 2, so we are looking to a max price range of $140,000 levels for 2025. Keep in mind, this is an over-evaluated price range, as we know that the cost of mining will be only between the $45,000 levels and the $60,000 levels. And of course, knowing that, we need, of course, to cash out around that $100,000 levels, just to make sure we are not completely hyped up and actually losing out on our targets or on the profits we already have generated. Thank you so much to watch my video. Make sure to follow my other channels to keep up to date with the cost of mining and up to date with the next moves of Bitcoin. And thank you so much to watch my video, and I see you in the next one. Bye bye.